Chat. So one time when I was a young jit, I was a young little kid. Me and my homie, we would always watch this show called Man vs. Wild. We loved Bear Grylls. My boy, he was a Boy Scout. We thought we could take the world on. We thought we could do anything in the woods. We thought we was him when it came to the woods. I think Speedy did. Okay, bad. Okay, bad. So anyway, we were in the woods chilling. It was cool, right? It's right before it's like October, late October, and back when I was a kid, it got cold in October. It got cold in October, right? So we were watching Man vs. Wild, right? We had a sleepover the night before. We said that next day we're gonna go to the woods, pitch a tent. Whoa, that sounds crazy. Whoa, that sounds crazy. That's not what I meant. We like make a tent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like put a tent up. I should have said that. So anyways, we said we was gonna do that and we did it. Okay. Next day comes, we're watching we're watching Bear Grylls bite into raw meat, watching Bear Grylls drink his own pee. I'm like, all right, it gets to a point with all that. Like, it really gets to a point with all that. But then, anyways, the next day come, right? We loaded up our stuff. He went to the Boy Scouts of America's thing and got a little flint and match, and we got some birds to start a fire with. Whole little deal, okay? So then we go to the woods. And I'm like, all right, it's getting real. So we crossed the little bar. Chat, I'm talking, Man versus Food with my show, bro, facts. Chat, we had to get, so at the time where we were, it wasn't like, none of it was discovered, right? So we called it the forest. Was it a forest? No, it was a development that hadn't been made yet, okay? So we were like, all right, cool, this is real cool, this is perfect. Chat, we found one of those trees. Chat, it looked like a little bro, I don't even know what kind of tree it was, but it was like a big bush. It looked like a big bush, right? So we go inside of there, and we get it. And I'm like, all right, whoops, name dropped. You gotta go get this. All right, so bet. We go and get it. He goes and gets the stuff, and I'm trying to start a fire, right? This is where it all goes south. Chat. He left me. Chat, I'm the most reckless person you'll ever meet, okay? I don't know how to do very many things. I don't know how to, you feel me, do this. I don't know how to do much of anything, right? Especially when it comes to being in the woods. Nigga, I grew up, I'm not gonna say in the suburbs, but like, I grew up in a rural town. We would go hunting, but we stayed in campers. Like, it was one of those deals, right? So, anyway, we go, and I'm like, all right, bet. He goes to get the wood. I'm just starting to put the rocks around for the fire. Chat. It's like 50 degrees outside. It's supposed to be 40 that night. We had the tent up. Boom. Bam. So the fire's not starting. So I'm like, all right, we packed the whole thing of gas, right? Because what could go wrong with flint, a striker, and gas? What could go wrong there? So I'm like, all right, pour the gas on there, pour it on there, yeah. And then I don't think about it, chat, but when I pulled the bottle back, I kind of did this number right here, so I did a little like drag out. Right? So I'm like, all right, boom. I'm whoosh. Biggest flame, chat. I'm talking, I looked like Patrick when SpongeBob had bad breath. Gang, my eyebrows got singed smooth off, mud. Like, I'm talking, bro, like, let me just show y'all this. This is what I looked like. This is what my eyebrows did right here. Off, right? So that came off. Yo, what is this? My eyebrows come off, chat. The fire goes absolutely rampant. I'm stepping with my foot, chat. I'm doing like the hot feet. I'm doing all this stuff. Chat, I'm thinking I'm about to burn the whole forest down. I'm burning everything in this forest down. We're never going to be able to see anything. So, chat, I run off. Worst decision I ever made. Luckily, my boy knew what he was doing and brought a little blanket and started beating it with the blanket. But chat, I burned a good 50 yards of that forest. I'm not joking. I burned a whole 50 yards of that forest. It was black. It was literally black, and it was that whole. It almost got to the tree. It was so close to reaching the trees, chat. If it would have reached the trees, it would have literally Like that after it would have been toast. It would have been cooked after that. No pun intended. It would have been cooked because like if it would have reached the trees, we wouldn't have been able to get up and beat it with the blanket. After that, we went home. After that, we literally went home, bro. Because like we have no business doing anything that Bear Grylls is doing. We have no business trying to be Bear Grylls. We grew up in nice homes, and that is where we stay. We will let all the wilderness people do all that, okay? I still don't camp to this day for that reason. Still don't camp. I don't care if somebody asks me, bro.